All right, we are green. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, how we're going to fix this bad boy together. Guys, you know I love a good what's the best way to say this? You know what? Heck with it. Self-treat of a video when I can say that the gun controllers are losing their collective crap again. Because it turns out that debanking was all the rage from the gun controllers, and now the banks are backing off. A major U.S. bank has just declared they will not be holding firearm policies in their terms at all. And gun controllers are not happy about it. Now, everything I'm going to show you is going to be linked in the description box below. I cannot wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, because every time you do it, you're beating the censorship algorithm on YouTube and you're furthering the Second Amendment rights. So thank you guys all for doing that. And as you're filtering in here, make sure you guys take advantage of the limited time design shirt we have. Uncle Sam is pissed, and we're coming for our rights. If you believe it, wear it. That's the idea behind this shirt. There's a link in the description box below, and I had a request to bring women's shirts for this design as well. We have them. They're on the exact same link. That's just the men's shirts, but women's are available as well. And if you buy over $50, then you get free shipping. And there's usually 2 in a family, so just saying. All right, everything's linked in the description box below. Wear it if you believe it. We are coming for our rights, and it starts right freaking now. All right, let's get into this, because I got to show you some celebratory stuff. So, when I go over here to my X account, this is at Braden LOA. I'm on there a lot, so I interact with a lot of you guys, and including a random gun controller that wandered in, moseyed on in, and we took care of that situation. But then I ran across this. Breaking. Citibank, this is one of the major U.S. banks, announces it's explicitly prohibiting debanking based on political affiliation, as well as nixing a 2018 policy that would require clients to restrict gun and magazine sales. Another win for political neutrality from one of the biggest banks in America. Now, I'm going to read this to you, then I'm going to show you them freaking out, and then I'm going to show you NBC's coverage, all right? Because there's a lot going on right here. And if you're just now getting in, Citibank just dropped all gun regulations on magazines, bump stocks, all that stuff. Yeah, it's almost like the tides are changing. Here's the actual documentation. Doesn't matter. We will update our employee code of conduct and our customer-facing global financial access policy to clearly state that we do not discriminate on the basis of political affiliation. In the same way, we are clear that we do not discriminate on the basis of other traits such as race and religion. This will codify what we've long practiced, and we will continue to conduct trainings to ensure compliance. You know, it's funny when you say, no, we would never do that, followed by the, oh, by the way, that whole thing where you're targeting gun owners, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. Yeah, that means you were doing it. Anyway, here's the gun part. We also will no longer have a specific policy as it relates to firearms. The whole paragraph right before that was, we would never do this, and the following paragraph is, okay, we did it, but we won't do it anymore. All right. That's what's going on. But of course, gun controllers have got to lose their minds, because any semblance of loss of, power is not acceptable to them. So this is Aiden Johnson. He's one of the GOA affiliate guys. The gun grabbers are losing, and they are not happy. They are losing. You guys are literally funding and taking part in building an infrastructure that's going to defeat them. It's amazing. But anyway, let's jump over to March for Our Lives. I have that pulled up for you. After Parkland, Citibank set basic standards for gun safety, like discriminating against people. I'm going to show you in the news NBC article what they said is simple, okay? Like refusing to do business with companies that sold guns to people under 21. You mean that it's completely legal in a lot of states to do 18, 19, and 20-year-olds with rifles. So, anyway. Now, under pressure from Trump and GOP leaders, they're caving. They're caving. Or the tides are changing. NAJR had this to say, and again, NBC articles next. This is a big win. A backdoor gun control advocates have long exploited its attacks the gun industry's ability to bank, sell, and access credit through financial institutions. If they can't ban the guns, they'll simply try to bankrupt the industry that produces them. And that's exactly what they've been doing over the last several years. You guys are just now joining this fight, and you're just now kind of taking part in it. They tried to assign codes to anything that was purchased, ammo, gun-related, anything across the board, because they just didn't like it. Elizabeth Warren was the chief ringleader on that one in the Senate. Okay, this is not an old thing. By the way, someone asked me earlier, did that go in? That never went in. That was defeated because you guys took action when we rang the bell about it. Anyway, let's get to the NBC article. The bank is rolling back a policy it launched after the 2018 Parkland mass shooting, saying many retailers are following the practices it sought to promote. So, they just don't need them anymore. Imagine if gun control was like that. Wow, the murders are all going down and all the violence is going down. I guess we don't need these pesky gun control laws anymore. Just saying. Citigroup on Tuesday ended a 7-year-old policy restricting how it provides banking services to firearm manufacturers, sellers, and resellers. Again, they would never do it, but they're not doing it anymore. Just saying. Citi said at the time that it would require clients to, quote, adhere to these best practices. These are the best practices. 1, they don't sell firearms to someone who hasn't passed a background check. 2, they restrict the sale of firearms for individuals under 21 years of age. That's a problem one. And they don't sell bump stocks or high-capacity magazines. Well, bump stocks and high-capacity magazines, as you so call them, are called standard magazines, and they are completely legal, including bump stocks after the Supreme Court. Get wrecked, gun controllers. Oh, I forgot to say with March for Our Lives, how's it working out losing 13 of your 16 staffers? Asking for a friend. Anyway, let's keep on going. Guys, I'm feeling spicy. I'm just feeling it. Quote, oh, no, not quote yet. Hold on, sorry. The bank's policy applied only to its business clients, ranging from small businesses to Fortune 500 sized companies. So if you were one of those pesky little gun shops and mom and pop shops that were targeted by the ATF and you happen to live and survive through the enhanced scrutiny that the ATF brought down, then you also couldn't sell things because the banks. It was a coordinated attack and effort. Anyway. Quote, as a society, we all know that something needs to change, and as a company, we feel we must do our part, Citigroup Executive Vice President of Enterprise Services and Public Affairs Ed Schuyler said in 2018, and now currently, but Schuyler says things have changed. The policies were intended to promote the adoption of best sales practices as prudent risk management and didn't address the manufacturing of firearms, he wrote Tuesday in a blog post announcing that we will no longer have a specific policy as it relates to firearms. Or it was a liability risk because they were literally directly targeting a certain segment of the population and now they don't like the risk. I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think in the comments. But we've got more. I wonder where this is coming from. Here it is. Quote, President Trump is ushering in a wave of common sense, and it's encouraging to see companies like Citibank embrace this by ending their discriminatory policies against millions of law-abiding gun owners in America. White House spokesperson Harrison Fields said, hey, just between you and I, what do you think? Wear the Assassin Lobby shirts. They're coming, I promise. They're almost like they're going to be timed out for, when this reconciliation bill passes. Wink, wink, nod, nod. Anyway, so what do you bet someone jumped on the phone of the White House and was like, hey, Citibank, you know that thing you guys are doing since 2018? Yeah, we were playing with the idea of some regulations and some coming before Congress and some testimony. Do you want to stand by that? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. You guys can tell me what you think, but it sure did jump on that quick. The change at Citi comes amid broader political pressure over so-called debanking, which, by the way, you were a conspiracy theorist if you thought you were being debanked, but now the bank says we're not debanking anymore, so it's fine because we were never debanking, even though we weren't debanking, but we aren't debanking anymore. Yeah, the level of bullcrap. Anyway. With influential tech leaders and right-wing officials having alleged in recent years that the Biden administration improperly blocked certain people, such as cryptocurrency proponents and conservatives from banking services, it literally just read you the policy. They did this with Citibank. They did this with Bank of America, where they ratted out anybody who bought a gun ever because they were close in a vicinity of Washington, D.C. at some point in time. They wanted to put purchase codes on guns and ammo from everywhere, like every single location. And now all of a sudden, that would never debank anybody because that would be bad. That's why we're not debanking anybody anymore. But we wouldn't do it now, but we did do it then. But we won't do it now. God almighty. I wonder if the Biden administration happened to be doing it. Get out of here. Citi said Tuesday that it would update our employee code of conduct and customer-facing global finance access policy to clearly state that we do not discriminate on the basis of political affiliation anymore. In the same way, we are clear that we do not discriminate on the basis of other traits such as race and religion anymore. This will codify what we've long practiced for the first time again, and we will continue to conduct trainings to ensure compliance because we don't want to get sued. I'm just kind of wrote that in there how I read that. Guys, that's where we're at right now. We are on a sea change. I'm telling you, there is something happening in the population where everyone is so sick of this crap and the lies that we get fed. We aren't debanking you, but you know what? Because we're going to change policies that said we were debanking you, we're not debanking you because that would be terrible, even though we were doing it. Yeah, something's changing. You guys are doing it. I'm telling you, I spend all my time focusing on the cultural underpinnings and what's going on, gun world, not gun world, how they interact. Something's changing. And I think you guys are a big responsibility for that. Make sure you check out that limited time design of the shirt. It's linked in the description box below, men and women's. It's a limited time. Make sure you take advantage of it. It's going to make you look great for July 4th. And everything is linked. I always bring the receipts. I will see you guys on the next one. I hope you enjoyed this live, and I love each one of you just the right amount. And I will see you later.